Hello there and welcome back to the DBMS video series. In this video we are going to discuss about the questions at 20. So the first question is we'll have to find the number of students who participated in the first term science subject. So to do this, let me take this screen by half. Now let's go to the query tab. Now let's we have to find the number of students. So to get the number of students we'll have to use a query called the count. So we're going to select count and then I'm going to select the student index number. So go to student and index number from student mark record. So let me enter those within the brackets. And now I'm going to take it from the student exam mark record. And now I'm going to inner join it with the exam term. Now I'm going to map both the columns together. So exam term ID. So from the exam term, so first we'll have to type in the exam term. So I'm selecting the table and now I'm selecting the term ID. So we did a mistake here. First we'll have to select it from the student exam marks table and then we have to map it with the exam term ID. So let's head to this table and I'm going to the table and I'm going to copy the name and enter it in the query on, and I'm going to select the exam term ID and I'm going to assign it to the exam term and I'm going to give it to term ID. Again I'm going to use another inner join query and I'm going to join the subject table here. And since we used inner join, we are using the inner join, we have to map both the columns together. So we are going to select the student exam mark record table and next we are going to select the subject ID and then we are going to assign it to subject table and subject ID. So now we have taken everything. Now we have to select where. So I'm going to use the where clause, where term name term name is equals to first term. And the next thing we have to select is the science subject and I'm going to select the subject name equals to science. So now let's run the query and we can see that 8 students have written the first term in the science subject. So let's go to the second question. What is the minimum score obtained by the first term students? So to do that, let's clear our queries. And now we are going to use a special keyword called the min keyword. So select min. So min is almost minimum. And then I'm going to type in mark. So I'm going to select the marks from, and I'm going to select the student exam mark record table. Now I'm going to inner join with the exam marks DB exam term. So this is the database exam marks DB and exam term. So let's select that. So let's select the exam term. And we are going to use the on keyword, on, and then we are going to select the student exam marks record, and I'm going to select the exam term ID, and I'm going to assign it to the exam term table and select the term ID. And now we are going to use the where clause, and we are going to select the term name, and we are going to assign it to the first term. So we have to find the minimum score obtained by the first term students. So the minimum score was 10.5. So to verify this, let's go to the data and let's see what the minimum score is. And we can see that that's the minimum score in the first term exam. So now let's go back to our query tab. Let's go to the third question. Find the number of students who participated in the second term mathematics subjects. So to do this, we are going to use the number of students. So we are going to use a count example. So we are going to use the select count student index number from student exam mark record, inner join exam term with the exam term ID, and we are going to inner join the subject as well. So we have inner join the subject as well. After that, we will have to use the where clause, where. So we are in the third question. Find the number of students who participated in the second term mathematics subjects. So term name is equals to second term and subject name is equals to mathematics. So I'm going to select it from the data here. Now let's run it. We can see that 8 students have written the second term in the mathematics subject. Let's go to the fourth question. Which subject got the lowest marks in the first term? So to do this, we'll have to use the min keyword, we have to find the subject which got the lowest mark, so we can't use the main. So we are going to select the subject name, so I'm going to type in select, then I'm going to use the subject name from subject where subject ID and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another thing that is almost close to the inner join, so that's called a subquery. So I'm going to run queries within this bracket. So the first query is going to be, so I want to get the subject ID, so I'm going to type in select subject ID from student exam mark record. Let's take it from our keyword, from our clipboard. Student exam mark record where mark in. So again I'm going to select the minimum marks, so select min and I'm going to select the mark, so that is the mark keyword, the mark column, and I'm going to type in from student exam mark record, and I'm going to use the inner join. So I want to inner join the term IDs here, so I'm going to use the exam term table here. On student exam mark record dot exam term ID. Alright, and I'm going to assign it to the exam term ID. Alright, now we have got a chance to use the where clause, where term name equals to first term. Alright, so let's run the query and see. So we can see that the science subject got the lowest marks in the first term. So now let's go to the fifth question. Find the name of the student who got the lowest marks in all the subjects in the first term. So we are going to use almost a similar query. So let's delete the query here, and then we are going to use the select query. Select first name and last name from student. So we are going to select the first name and last name from the student table, where, and I'm going to select the index number, since we have used foreign keys, we'll have to use this method. So in this part we are going to select the student index number from the student exam mark record, and within that we are going to search the minimum marks. So let's type the query. So let's type select student index number from student exam mark record where mark in. So we are going to select the minimum marks from the student exam mark record. So I'm going to select minimum, and I'm going to use the mark table, mark column, right, from student exam mark record. So let's use our clipboard. Now I'm going to inner join exam term table on. So we are going to select student exam mark record. And I'm going to select the exam term ID. Column, and I'm going to assign it to exam term table and select the term ID. Now is the crucial thing, we have to use the where clause. And now we have to select the term name, and the term name should be the first term. Alright, we have successfully written our query, and now let's run it. So there is an unknown column index number. Alright, so index number. Alright, let's go to student data and index underscore number. So it should be number. Alright, so now let's run our query, and then we can see the first name Kasun, last name Rajamantri. So he has got the lowest mark in all the subjects in the first term. So thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in the next one.